Alrighty then. Well, the market still exists. After all this up and down, I put up the key levels here. This role reversal thing here. Marked it off, and this is 25 pips, and this is the 50, and this is the 100. Round numbers are the big. So a lot of this flirting with this number here before we just slice through it. There was a last drift up, just in the 1 hour chart. So I'm looking for a drift up now. And if you were trying to gauge the collapse of this, I guess you could have come off of this, but we blew that out. So now we're going to come up and find resistance there possibly. We blow through these channels sometimes. This is why channel trading can be a little dicey. If you built a channel here, say, so it's very subjective here. A channel built off of that would correlate to, I guess if you hung it off of here, we get the lowest close within there is about right here. So it's your target for this is the other possible target. So you have two targets here. Now we're playing bouncy bounce. And if it retests this bottom, it'll be a real low, cheap way to get in. So we just ricocheted off the 50 here on the 1 hour up against the internal channel resistance. If you hang them off of this under girder here, you can see how this guy didn't hold either. It just spelled right through that triple touch. Got a top bottom right here, so you could it's a valid place to hang that. So you have 1, 2, 3. It doesn't hold this, and when it takes out this first, that was the scalp fill. Just as it's nicking this thing here, it kind of took a little deeper. But when it came up in here, I couldn't even get the party started up in there. But this is already took out this critical support here. So they carved it all the way to here, and then this was the kind of kickback into this. That was the only chance to really. Now we're just waiting for one more possible plunge. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, so goodbye at the market here. And because I'm short this thing, unfortunately, I'm just going to buy back and hedge it because it might still pull back. So I got caught short this thing on this breakout here, looking for the fake breakout, but it's just too pissed off to really hang back. So I'm going to buy at the market here. And I got a couple stops in here. This buy at the market's kind of complex for this broker. Okay, so one last drift up into the this has only been a half hour that the market's rolled over, so a big blast of wind possibly coming to just do a quick and dirty smack to here, comes back, revisits this place. I'm going to get in on limits here if it comes slamming back, and then I'm just going to run sell stops underneath the market. So as it's going up, and it really gets ahead of itself, like say here, I could have gotten some sells. Here was a sell on a stop. Just as it's climaxing, you're just going to come underneath it with a sell stop. That's a scalp and one. I have one sell at the market, I think. One sell at the market. The rest are stops because I guess I can see the bid. And that's one thing about selling. I don't mind selling on stops because I can see the bid now. If I just nailed it here at the market or on stops as it's roaring up here, you know, it's kind of like a little bit too, like, so the next blast of wind up here, I'll put in some sell stops and ride it back. So you ride it in both directions. But the, or you could run a couple sell limits tight, I suppose. That's what I did here on the buy limits. I ran these 15-minute really tight. And then here's a half hour. So I'm trying to cover two zones And then ultimately, here's the 1 hour end of the world. So running this one today, of course, you have to run it sparingly. When the market's dropping, if you're not already short, now if you were short during this plunge and you had buy limits in there, you could trade it from both directions. So as it's tanking, look at this big rally here, right to the 50, or right to the round number. That's the round number on this way, and this is the 50 here. So that big rally there, big rally, just total failure, just a chance to turn around and go the other way. But any kind of climax. So right here is this might sweep up here, it might sweep back. So I'm gonna get long on limits, and I'm slightly long right now. And I could place some limits up here. I suppose stagger a bank, grid it out to the 50 for the ride back. Or I just sit there and watch it. And if it climaxes in here, that's one thing about sell stops. You'd have to be there to pull the trigger on that. But the buy limits, they're going to last an hour. So I could put sell limits above that last an hour, but I'd rather sell the stops as it's going up, because it's too complicated to put sell limits up here now. They won't allow me to, I can't put that many orders in. This broker doesn't give me a lot of choice in orders, so. But I'm looking for this comeback into this thing would be the best situation. So I don't really have I figured that was a trap. Now I'm going to take some profits on this one that's actually slightly short. Or I'll buy some more, go long here. So either way, I could go long here, or I could get out of a sell. I'm just trying to lock in a profit coming into the Asian session. That's my whole goal. Gotta have a goal. Gotta have goals, people.